Good day everyone. Today I'll be sharing my thoughts about this PISA 2025 learning in the digital age. So as I went through about this PDF file of this PISA 2025 learning in the digital age, I have discovered that it is actually very useful for our students, but I have witnessed or discovered that there are actually strengths and weaknesses of this kind of approach. So first, let me start by sharing to you what I have understood about this learning in the digital age. So this draft is actually an approach in assessing students' learning in our digital age. This actually help our students to develop critical thinking, creative thinking, and also collaborative effort, which is required for a 21st century skills. So let me start by the strength of this approach. So the first strength of this approach is it recognizes the importance of our digital literacy. So of course, in this approach, the students will be able to handle computers. They will be handling a lot of kind of technologies in making their outputs. And also, for our second strength is we are actually acknowledging the changing nature of learning, because as we all know that in our day-to-day in our real world scenario in all public schools, or maybe in private schools, but usually in public schools, we cannot avoid that there are a lot of teachers who are using the traditional way of assessing students' outputs or assessing the learning outcomes, which is the paper and pencil test. So the strength of this approach, which is the learning in the digital age, the students will be able to discover new things using, or discover that assessments are not just paper and pencil tests. They can actually make outputs which is not using paper and pencil. So that is the next strength. And the third strength is it assesses students' ability to create, to navigate, using these technologies. So of course, our students right now, our 21st kind of students are actually they knew already what is this kind of technology, and some of them actually are using it right now. So now let me introduce to you the weaknesses that I discovered also. So we have 3 strengths earlier, and right now I'll be sharing the weaknesses. So the first weakness is, of course, we are potentially overlooking the other skills, which are the such as social emotional skills, and other skills. So we are just focusing on the literacy skills, which is not good also. So in doing this kind of literacy, it is important to note also the other skills. Yes, and the next one is limited access to technology. So in our everyday lives, especially in public schools, there are actually schools that has no facilities, the good facilities of technology, especially for those schools located in the rural areas, or even in the city or in the urban, but the school is just very small school, so they cannot afford this kind of technology. So it is really impossible to make this kind of assessment for all of our students. Maybe we can use this for limited students, like we have the science class or the FL class. They can actually get, or they can actually experience this kind of assessment. Next weakness is we are not fully this kind of assessment not fully capturing the collaborative effort of the students, because of course if you are going to use this kind of assessment, the student will be student-centered, and they will actually do their best to make their own, so the collaborative is not working anymore for them. So yes, so those were the what I have learned so far and what I have discovered from this PISA 2025 learning in the digital age. So I assume that, I hope and pray that this kind of assessment will be applicable to all schools, not just in private school but also in public schools. Hoping and praying for that, and hoping to have this kind of materials that we can use for teachers and also for our students. And that will end my short thoughts about this PISA 2025. Thank you for watching, and see you around.